All right, you all, who doesn't like a good Smashburger? Everyone loves a good Smashburger, right? Well, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make Smashburgers on the Smashburgers Huntsman Grill. Now, you've seen me use this thing before where I smoked some beef ribs and smoked a pork butt. But I wanna show you the versatility it has from both smoking and grilling standpoint. And we're gonna use the Lavalock brand griddle plate that has a really cool drip pan attached to the bottom of it. I'll leave a link in the description for you. If you like the way it looks, you can go get one of those. But really, this is about the Huntsman today, showing you how it works as a grill. Let's get started. All right, folks, as we get started here, a couple things I want to go over with you. First and foremost, the distance from the cooking grate down to the charcoal grate on the Huntsman is about 2 inches deeper than that of a Weber kettle, or probably any other kettle you would use. Now, why does that matter? Well, it probably means you're gonna have to use more charcoal than you're used to. For example, today I'm doing Smashburgers. I need as much high heat as I can get in there. So I'm gonna probably use 2 chimneys worth of charcoal to get temperature all over the grill, high enough to cook my Smashburgers. But now if you're doing steaks or burgers, you're most likely gonna use 2-zone cooking, and you probably need about a chimney and a half. But that's okay, because with the Huntsman, it's 5 millimeters thick of carbon steel, guys. It's gonna retain that heat very well. So once it gets temperature, it'll hold there, and when you're done, you close the grill up, close all the vents up, and that charcoal will burn out quickly, and you'll be able to use that charcoal on your next cook as well. So you don't waste it that way. Now, secondly, I'm gonna use the Smashburgers Huntsman without the Venom today. There's no temperature or fan control with it. I'm gonna use just all natural, so to speak, like it's a Weber kettle or a Kamado Joe with no device at all. But that means I need to know how to manipulate my vents properly to make that happen, and I'll show you that now. All right, folks, when you're using the Venom with the Huntsman here, this is exactly the starting position they ask you to be in, with the draft door shut, and that allows the vents on the inside of the grill to be open. Now, what that does is it allows the Venom to then gauge the temperature properly and add air when necessary to increase your temperature. But if you open the vent all the way up, the draft door all the way open, the vents on the inside are also all the way open. So this is just like a regular Weber kettle right now. The vents are wide open on both. And as you want to control your temperature, maybe it's getting too hot, you want to close the door some, you just slowly move this back towards center, and you'll see the vents are closing, and now this should be completely closed. So this is just like a Weber kettle would be. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use it just as a grill. We're gonna have both wide open so it gets plenty of airflow from natural into the grill. All right, you all, here's the griddle plate we're gonna use for today's Smashburgers. Now, I told you it's a Lavalock brand, and it has a slot for your grease and all your drippings to go into. Now, what's cool is you can see the drip pan underneath. It's got some rails right in the middle that slides in and out on, makes it very simple and easy to use. Very sturdy, guys, very sturdy, very heavy actually. But what's really cool about it is 22-inch. So any accessory you have that's 22-inch accessory for your 22-inch kettle, you can use on the Smashburgers Huntsman. I've used this on my Weber kettle a number of times. I'm getting ready to use it on my Smashburgers Huntsman. So once I get the charcoals burning, get 2 chimneys worth, put them in there into the Huntsman, I'll then put this griddle plate in and get it seasoned up and ready to go. All right, you guys, charcoal is ready. I'll bring both chimneys over and pour them both in. Spread them out and see how it looks. Let's go. Here's the first one. And then the second one. And we'll take our rake here, kind of spread them around a little bit. Oh, that looks really good. They're crazy hot there, which is what we want. Quite a bit of charcoal in there, of course. Now we'll put our griddle on. We'll squirt a little bit of olive oil on there. Kind of season it up a little bit. Put our lid down. Let that go a few minutes, kind of prime itself. We'll come back and put the burgers on. All right, guys, we're gonna get a couple on here real quick. We've got some company coming, so I want us to do 1 burger's worth for now. So we have something to try and something to taste. Smush it on here really well. Gonna spin off of it. There we go, nice. We'll go with the other one. That sizzle sounds good, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. See how hot that got? No problem getting the temperature, guys. There we go. Now I want to put a little bit of AP rub from Malcolm Reed's Killer Hogs AP seasoning. Sprinkle that on there for my seasoning. Let it cook. Now, one of the big secrets on Smashburgers, people think they cook real quick, and they do cook quickly, but not quite as quick as people think they do. So give them just long enough till you start seeing bubbles come through. You see a little bit on the edge here, bubbles coming through now. But once they get good and done on one side, I'll flip them over. We want a good, crispy, lacy edge on both burgers, and we'll give them a flip here in a second. You can see that griddle got very, very hot very quickly. It's only been on maybe 3 to 4 minutes before I put these burgers on. And don't forget, guys, that I've got this front door that I can actually open and throw more charcoal in there if I have to. If my guests are gonna be later than I want them to be, I can always add more charcoal through the front door, which is a very handy function of this. I'll put the spatula upside down and kind of work it a little bit. So far, I'm very pleased with how the griddle's doing, guys. This grill's doing a great job. Temperature's great, perfect, no concerns there. Got that drip pan in the back. When I have too much grease on here, I can push the grease back into that drip pan slot and be good to go. We've got our cheese ready. I'm gonna take these and put them on top of that one. All right, guys, I'll pull it off and put it on a bun. I'm not gonna take time to toast a bun right now because we wanna get these done before the guests get here and you can see what I think of the taste of it and how it works. But we'll go ahead and bring our bun on out and put the burger onto it. So here's the charcoal after I've just finished cooking all my burgers, Smashburgers, and this is what's left before I close the grill down, close all the vents. We'll come back in about an hour and look again to see how they've done. I use briquettes on purpose because it's easier to see, you know, what's retained after we're done when we use briquettes as opposed to lumps. So just took off the last burger, took the griddle plate off, it's laying right there. So we'll let this go and close everything. About an hour, I'll come back. See you in a bit.
1 hour later.
All right, guys, please excuse the wind noise. It's pretty windy. Nonetheless, that's the charcoal we have left after an hour of shutting the Huntsman down after doing our Smashburgers. Remember, I put 2 chimneys in to begin with, and there's a ton of charcoal left here. At least a good chimney's worth, a full chimney's worth, if not more than that. The thing about the Huntsman is, guys, it takes a little extra charcoal to get to temperature when you're trying to attain a certain temperature. But then once you get there, it maintains that temperature very easily and very well because it's 5 millimeters thick walls, carbon steel walls, and it retains heat beautifully. And that allows you to retain charcoal when you're done, because when you close this thing up and seal it up, that charcoal burns out and it just quits burning, guys. It retains all this charcoal you can use again. I've got a whole container over here, a metal container, that I put this into and hold on to for future smokes, because it does a great job. You know, you add this to the smoke and sizzle or the slow and sear, or wherever you want to do with it, and you can reuse it for sure. So another thing I like about the Huntsman, it just retains charcoal very, very well. All right, guys, we finished our Smashburgers on the Huntsman Grill. It went great. Temperature is no problem. It's still cooking right now because I'm going to be using it again in a minute for the guests we have coming. But I want to go ahead and try this burger. Let's just see what it looks like when I cut it in half and look at the inside of it. All I did was put mayonnaise on it. I didn't want to put anything else on it, so I couldn't hide what the burger looked like. Oh my gosh, looks so good, guys. Look at that. Looks very, very good. Very pleased with this came out. I can't wait to try this. It's really good. Cheers, guys. That is so good. There's nothing like a good Smashburger, guys. I swear, I love these things. They're so good. The crispy edge, man, they're just good all the way around. Love these things. You know you can make them on your Huntsman Grill, just using any kind of griddle plate. This was, again, the Lavalock one, but any 2-inch griddle plate will work. So, guys, I hope you learned something about the Huntsman today, how good it does smokes and also how good it grills. It does a great job, holds temperature very well. Nonetheless, guys, I hope you liked the video today. Hope you got some value out of it. Hope you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, guys, I'll meet you at the smoke.